So, welcome everyone to a great night of Smash. We do apologize for the technical difficulties. There was a team that was struggling a little bit to kind of get their bearings on kind of how at least Playfly structures their competition, right? But everything's all clear. We're ready to go. We're going to do a double blind into coin flip into stages. So, I'm Coach Isbell. This is...
I'm Trevor, known as Gary Wilson Jr. 52.
And we're excited to bring you some hard-hitting smash between Michigan Tech and Creighton University.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's going to be really exciting, right? From what I do understand, and I'm going to wait for the double blind because I know who's going in first, right? So a little bit of top secret, but we do know the enemy team does have a snake
on
the other side. That's all we know.
That's all we know?
So one of the four is a snake.
Okay.
And so that's really exciting because I know that Snake is really strong online.
Isn't he like a really heavy character usually?
That I don't know, but I know that he has lots of tricks about him that usually with the input lag make him very dangerous. One of those grenades, mortars, right? All those kind of, great damage tools that really make it hard for a team to kind of adapt to it because then it comes all down to ping, right? Do you have the ping to get out? If you don't, then you're struggling, right? And so it's going to be really interesting. Double blinds going out, okay? So it seems like we're going to do a character double blind first, which always precedes the coin toss, okay? So it seems like, once again, we're struggling a little bit. So I'm not sure what's going on. So, they're choosing their double blind. So what you're seeing is who we're going to be doing first, and we're going hero. Hero's going to be our first choice for the evening, and hopefully this draws out the snake.
Yeah, but, hopefully, I'd assume that's a good matchup. I don't really know, to be honest.
It's not, but it keeps our hand still mysterious, right? Because the big thing is that, do we have an answer to snake? Yes, we do, right? But we want to keep it a secret a little bit. We don't want to tell the other teams kind of what's going on and what we're doing. Right, it's very good in these kind of crew battle settings to at least hide your hand a little bit,
especially on this first game.
Yep.
Where nothing's really known.
And so while we're waiting a little bit for things to happen, right, we're gonna of course talk about our sponsors, right? And so need a place close to campus. We have places for that. Find the perfect location. Live where you want to be. HoughtonForRent.com. Now, I know in the Keweenaw, it's really hard to find a place to live. As a student, have you felt that?
Oh, yeah, I have, yeah.
Okay, and so great place to go. I don't know, have you used HoughtonForRent.com?
I have not, but I'm definitely going to look into it.
Okay, fair enough. And then, of course, our second ad read, University Images, is your official headquarters for authentic Michigan Tech Huskies apparel. University-owned, university-operated, University Images, located in the STC, or go to bookstore.mtu.edu. Right? So here up on the map, we have our choices. So they're going U-band first, basically. So we're getting into map selection. Double blind, we're going to see hero. I didn't get to see the second option, unfortunately, of the double blind. But it's going to be an interesting match, especially with Creighton have a little difficulty at the start, right? Kind of like figuring out kind of what to do or, these different mechanics behind competition. But that's still an encouraging thing because we're in week 3, right? And we're still learning. And so, hopefully we could turn that around, right? And as things progress, the season gets a little bit more kind of clear in what's going on, right? And it's good to be helpful to other schools, right? It's good to be helpful ourselves because we forget the rules from time to time, right?
It happens.
And I know this happens a lot of college football, right? They come out with amazing, high IQ plays with a player that really just knows the rules, right? And I think I've seen the most on kick returns.
Yeah, that makes sense because that's the long goals, right?
Right. So it seems like we're going small, right? A small battlefield, and it's going to be Hero versus Jigglypuff.
Oh.
It looks like. So Jigglypuff's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see, if Jiggly can get off some sleeps.
Oh yes, yeah, that's the strong move, right?
Oh, you love it. From what I've seen in tournament play, I've seen people try to apply the sleep and just miss it by just one frame, and they get severely punished. So it's really good to see. We got some dragon into lobbies. We're ready to fight, right? And we're going into the game. Okay, so everyone, we wish you the best. Good luck, Creighton. Good luck, Michigan Tech, right?
Yep.
Hero versus Jigglypuff for I guess the first set of 3 stocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, really smooth move. I mean, Jigglypuff kind of trying to get in there, but it's really not. It seems very slow.
Yeah, I mean, like, Hero seems like a really fast character, while Jigglypuff's kind of floaty, if I'm right.
So kind of like a big ball of cotton candy?
Yes, exactly, yeah.
And I mean, that's good. I mean, we're seeing some punishments and already the first stock
first
taken.
one.
I mean, and you gotta. I love how they have characters with like magic power, right? So
Oh, yeah,
they're a little bit complicated.
You got that fantasy in there, that fantasy aspect, right?
Well, I mean, it's to take really good stock of all their fantasy titles, and we see a lot of damage going on in this Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
Jigglypuff now at 82%, but I like seeing the variety.
Oh yeah. I mean, the character roster is huge for this game. You got everything you could probably imagine from a Nintendo title or
Capcom,
Capcom
right? Or Sega,
or Mojang.
yeah.
Steam.
PlayStation, right? Because you have Cloud.
Yeah.
Sometimes makes an appearance. So you got a lot of good characters, and realistically, Jigglypuff putting some damage now on the Hero. But Hero at 3 stocks, and Jigglypuff at 1. And it's really interesting to see that RPG element, right? He brings up the taskbar on the side to like pick his magical spells. And it's kind of really funny to see, right? He's got to manage his magic. He's got to hit with swords, right? Mm-hmm. It's a really complicated character. And Jigglypuff already at 100%. And I mean, this really, like I play Kazuya. So when you see that like swirly, like damage meter, you know something scary is about to happen.
Oh yeah.
And very close to getting him off the stage and taking that 3-1 stock, right? So we have a sleep. We have a sleep, and he was able to get the shield in. That was a great play, but only 1 stock taken. Very, very lucky sleep.
I mean, he got 1 stock, you know, right before the end.
So the score is going to be 11-9 going into this next match. And so what they have to do is now declare who they're putting in, and then we're going to go to map bans, right? He goes, They declare who we're putting in, we ban 3, they pick 1, and then we're moving on to kind of the next stock battle, right? And so Jigglypuff, that was fun. That was entertaining.
That was not what I was expecting, to be honest.
We got to see 1 sleep.
Yeah, 1 sleep. I was kind of expecting there to be more. I mean, it's a risky move to go for, but if you can land it like we saw, it can finish the fight right there.
So now Hero is one of our freshmen, Malachi. So Malachi is making his debut with the varsity team. Usually he's not part of the main roster, but for this game they decided to put him in first, right, to kind of hide who they were going to play. Mm-hmm. And we're asking essentially next character. And so we're ready to get into like the next round, right? 11-9.
Yeah.
So it's going to be some exciting Smash action.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, they're going Samus. So we got another popular Nintendo character.
Yep.
Right? The old Metroid days.
Oh,
and so they said Samus, and I believe it's their next band, but I can't really figure it out.
I don't know what that is.
So they did say something interesting. I don't know if it's something that we can mention on stream. But, okay, there we go. Band. So we got our bands FD, Callus, PS2.
Final Destination and Pokemon Stadium 2.
Yeah, so they now they get to choose the map, right? So it goes back to them. So PS2, I'm guessing a small battlefield. I feel like a small battlefield's coming.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I mean it's a neutral map, right? That's what I was told.
Okay. Although I would like to see some variety. I love Hollow Bastion. I love the background, like flying around, making it seem like you're kind of in space. Mm-hmm. And realistically, there's a lot of good options, right? But you never know what you're going to get, right? You get a platform map. Personally, with Samus coming in, I'm going to expect a lot of like aggressive play, a lot of bombs, a lot of grabs, right?
Yeah.
A lot of charging. And I don't know what the move is called particularly, but she charged her big beam, right?
Oh,
and it does a lot of damage, right? Big circular area of effect, right? So they're currently reconnecting and having issues. But I realistically am very hopeful, right? We are up 2 stocks.
Yep.
Right? That was a very quick kind of like, I would say, control type of battlefield between the Jigglypuff and the Hero.
Yeah.
Right? Hero got a lot of big damage on. The sleep came out from the Jigglypuff to kind of take away a stock.
Yep.
And then it was pretty much, that's all she wrote. And so it's going to be really interesting to see kind of what happens next, right? Because they still haven't chosen their map, and they're currently trying to rejoin.
Yeah.
So they're just having a lot of issues, and it's unfortunate because a lot of people appreciate kind of the fast pacedness of kind of jumping into each smashes, or each smash matches, right? So they've said they want to go small battlefield.
Small battlefield.
So small battlefields, what we're gonna be doing. I'm not seeing a lot of changing the song this time around.
That was definitely present in the last week for sure.
So we got Hero going into Samus. And so, there was a lot of changing of audio, right, to pick the song that you're going to play to.
Get the mood going.
Get the mood going, right? Hype music, very important, right?
Yeah.
And here we go. Heroes dropped their 1 stock. Samus did something interesting. They're not supposed to charge attacks during that period.
Oh, that's...
And so that's a nice
that's a sleep.
reflect and big damage. But so at the start of the map, essentially someone's supposed to, have the stock count they're supposed to have. So if that means jumping off, and then you only start the match when both players have taunted.
Yes,
so
that's right. Yes.
You can't be doing attacks. You can't be charging up attacks. It's basically the start of a neutral set, right? And so it would be very unfair to get a huge advantage early on, when they're still loading into the map, etc.
Yeah.
So great block on that sleep though.
Oh yeah, that reflect. That you got a big hit off of it,
that early on in the first map. But Hero's putting a lot of damage, and he's definitely Samus has charged up their beam, but not able to capitalize it, going right off the stage immediately.
Oh yeah.
And great shield. Right? I love that little magical shield. And it kind of reminds me of, this is a complex character.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right? It's not something simple, where he has different abilities that he has to utilize to his strengths. Right? And it reminds me of, just recently, I'm raiding in World of Warcraft.
Oh.
So I play Paladin Tank.
Okay.
Paladin Tank has a shield for magic damage and a shield for physical damage.
So does Hero have something like that then?
I don't think so, but it's
Oh.
still a shield nonetheless. But
Yes.
the complexity of the character, I think, is really unique. It makes it a solid opportunity. And so this is kind of a very slow matchup. We haven't really seen aggressive back and forth.
Yeah.
Mainly just kind of hit off stage, return.
Kind of push back and forth a little bit, then
Yeah.
another big hit comes in.
A
off
little
stage.
ebb and flow. And you can hear the guys downstairs. They're getting really animated because Hero will make a big combo.
Yeah.
Samus will fly off the stage, and they're wondering how close he's gonna get to kind of
Before he falls out, right?
Before he falls out, yes. And so magic shield up, another grab. Let's see if it's a throw. Not yet. Almost.
Not enough percent yet.
This is something that I love about Smash is that when they get to the edge of the screen, they actually still take damage.
Yeah, that's right. Because you're it's like out of the in Fortnite when you're out of the zone, right? It's like that.
Good analogy.
Yeah,
Have you been
yeah.
playing a lot of Fortnite lately?
I don't play it much. I just know that's a thing from the game.
Okay,
really.
so big beam onto Hero, but Hero is able to retreat with a nice freeze. Misses, I think that's a down smash.
I think it's called a down spike.
Down
usually.
spike, okay.
Yeah, when you spike
but
down.
Usually if you connect, right, it's an insta kill.
Yeah, it just slams
Oh,
it down.
and there Hero is for the kill. So he's taken how many stocks?
I think 6.
6, that's
Yes,
correct.
6.
6 stocks. So this Hero is a great debut for Malachi, right? Taking 6 stocks, really able to capitalize, and so they have to, of course, declare their next player, and then we throw a couple bans at them, right? So hopefully this game, goes well. One thing that we do want to talk about that make sure all students take advantage of is its career fair.
Oh yes, career fair.
Career fair is happening. Are you going to career fair?
I am going, yes.
Okay.
I hope to score an internship, but
Let's go.
we'll see what happens.
And what is your major?
I'm a CS major.
Okay.
2nd year.
So do you have all your resumes printed out and ready to go?
I gotta do that tonight.
Okay.
Get them all ready to go.
All right. So, and then, of course, meeting with the different possible companies, etc.
Yep. I mean, I hope to see, let's see, Western Digital. Hope to go see them.
Okay. Will Western Digital be there?
Yes, they will. Yep. Checked earlier today just to make sure.
Okay. Western Digital is a great company. I buy a lot of my hard drives from them.
Yep.
Right? In fact, what's funny is I think my computer, Ike's coming up next, my computer I think has like 18 terabytes. No, 16 terabytes of space.
Dang.
And so I love it because I can have my entire Steam library.
That's really nice. I can vouch for that. That's really
with
nice.
no issues.
Yeah.
Right? And I wish that you could play some of these games like Smash
On a PC.
on
like
a PC.
That. I mean, emulation exists, but
We don't support third-party software, but I agree with you. Like in general, it'd be nice because better connection, potentially better connection to better servers,
better performance.
better performance, right? So we banned PS2, BF, and FD.
All right.
So they've got to now choose their map. Of course, they're coming out with Ike, right?
Ike, okay.
I believe Ike is.
He's a strong character.
He's a strong character. Okay.
Yes.
I believe Ike comes from, and I want to say Animal Crossing, but I could be wrong.
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem.
Sure.
Okay, thank you for the
Emblem.
correction.
Yep.
There's too many Nintendo titles.
I know. Yeah. It's a huge list.
But I do know that he has PK Fire. I'm thinking of Lucas, I think. But
that's Lucas. Yeah.
Anyways, so Ike, Ike, sword player, right? Does a lot of damage, and realistically, Malachi has only lost one stock.
Yeah.
And so they're really starting out this game strong, right? And Ike, he's doing some damage. I haven't seen the snake, so maybe they're saving it for last. You think?
Probably, yeah. I'm feeling that Snake's gonna maybe be their strongest. I don't know.
So it's sword versus sword right now, and we just see a lot of hack and slash.
Yeah. I think the big thing with Ike is he does a down air a lot. Like he likes to jump and then swing his sword down.
So is that the ability? I think is Ike the person that has the he can throw the sword.
Throw it up. Yeah.
We'll throw it any direction, right? And it spins around.
I think so. Yeah, but mainly you go up. But
so I would say Ike is now my favorite because I'm a huge fan of spin to win.
Spin to win.
Anything that spins to win, I love.
Maybe we'll see Rob today then. Get some spin to win action.
I love Rob. I just know the meme from League of Legends, right? There's a huge Garrett meme about, basically just how unpredictable and amazing spinning can be. And a great, perfect shield break to make it, Malachi taking another stock. And you love to see it. The charged up sword ability, Ike dancing around, obviously, but still Malachi is holding in with not only his stocks, his good percentage.
Oh, yeah.
A good down spike miss. Right? By Ike. Yeah. I mean, Ike is doing a phenomenal job, but I think Malachi in his first performance here is going to do quite a good job. And I love, we got a little bit of lag there, but I love that little purple smoke cloud that he sent forward.
Oh, a hero does that, right?
Hero just did that. So it kind of reminds me of Piranha Plant with the miasma.
Doesn't he spit like a poison ball or something?
He spins like a big poison cloud, and it's really cool. It's really amazing. There goes another stock for Ike. But it's really amazing how much care Nintendo put into their fighter.
They really do, yeah. I mean, every character is unique. Everyone has their own skill set, their own moves, their own strategy you got to put in. It's a whole thing, but it makes the game super unique.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a fun game overall, right? Mm-hmm. And you get to see, the sword whiffs, right? Everyone's
swinging swords everywhere.
And it's just a really kind of good back and forth. Creighton hanging in there, doing really good. Getting hit by Kaboom.
Oh, yeah.
And really going off the stage. And it's the percentages are starting to add up.
Yeah.
And so it said karaoke slash, I think it's what it said. And there's game. So Malachi has only lost one stock thus far. So they're down 9.
Yeah.
All right. We've seen Ike. We've seen Jigglypuff. And who is the other one we're missing?
Who was it? You said Jigglypuff, Ike.
It was the one just before.
Yeah,
Samus.
Samus, yes.
Samus. So we have Samus, we have Ike, we have Jigglypuff.
Yes.
And then Snake.
Snake's the last one,
so,
right?
yeah, I think this is a great gamer tech. Buttermilk.
Buttermilk? That's
so
good.
it reminds me of like real like I don't know. I grew up on Denny's, so
Oh,
that's
man.
one thing I miss that the UP doesn't have is good buttermilk pancakes.
Those are good. I've had some. Yeah, those are really good.
So I used to love going to Denny's to getting a grand slam, and right, you can obviously get different slams, but mine was always I think it is just called the like classic grand slam. So you get sausage, you get bacon, you get buttermilk pancakes, you get eggs. It's always a great comfort food, at
Yeah.
least for me, anyways. I've never been a big IHOP guy. Right?
I'm not really either, to be honest.
They seem to like scale more to like their different flavored syrups.
Yeah.
Right, like strawberry, blueberry, etc. But
Yeah.
buttermilk pancakes, great to have on a cold winter day.
Can't go wrong with those. Absolutely.
So buttermilk's coming in. We're gonna throw our 3 bands their way, and then we're gonna stage select. So we're gonna see kind of what we're gonna get. I think our guys are discussing kind of their strategies and what they would like to play out. So the 2 bands are PS2, BF, and HB. Right? HB, I kind of want to see a Kingdom Hearts stage. That'd be kind of fun. Hollow Bastion,
Yeah.
right? So they have heard the 3 bands, and we're gonna see what kind of stage is coming up next. So I think that it's been a good kind of hearty competition for our Smash players.
Yeah.
Obviously, Malachi taking 9 stocks is truly amazing.
Strong start.
But you never know.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen, right? The snakes.
Snake on Creighton could take 12 stocks.
Yeah. Could be their all-star player. We just didn't know they had yet.
And I mean that's really what it comes down to is you're not out or you're not down until like all the stocks are gone.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Right? And so it's realistically anyone's game. So we're gonna play essentially MTU's game, and hopefully, right, against our opponents, it wins out. But still, there's a lot of good faith on the side of Creighton, and who knows, reverse sweep, right? You love to see it at least for competition, get it, remotely close.
Yeah. I mean, reversals do happen, right?
And so, I would never count anyone out. We're asking for that last stage. They're hovering Skyworld, but I can pretty much guarantee it's not going to be Skyworld.
Small battlefield it is.
Small battlefield. All right. So I love is it the Master Hand?
Yes, that's the Master Hand. Yeah.
Master Hand. So big in Smash franchise. I know in Melee you play him as a boss.
Yeah, I think it's in all of them,
Oh,
actually.
I don't think it was in the Switch.
Not. Oh, it's not? Oh.
I don't think so. But
okay.
I do know the painstaking things that you have to do to unlock all of the Smash characters, or it is random,
Yeah.
right? You don't necessarily get an unlock of the next character, and you have to beat them, right? So it's really a challenging thing to unlock it, especially in 4 devices.
Oh, yeah, that is a lot to do.
Now, I don't know what happened there, but Snake kind of just died.
Maybe he had a misinput?
I believe that's what it was. It was a misinput, but we did hear the guys down in the facility also very puzzled on what was going on. And I believe that Creighton, great team, right? It's 2-2. Well, it's actually 11-2.
11-2, yeah.
But I have complete faith in the Snake. I mean, you have good footwork right there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, gets tagged by that projectile.
Ooh,
But
he dropped a grenade, though, on him.
he did, and I love seeing his box come out.
Oh, yeah.
Right, that's a staple of like the Metal Gear franchise, right?
Yeah.
Hiding in front of plain sight, hiding in a box, right? A good grapple. Oh, was that a double?
I think it was a double kill there, yeah.
Double kill. Okay, so it's now 10-1. Sleep did come out, didn't connect though.
Nope.
And can Malachi clean this Creighton team, right?
I mean, he's only got 1 stock left to go, so who knows, right?
I love him kind of just throwing that sleep out there, see if he can connect. All right, a lot of projectiles, a lot of grenades coming out on the side of Snake.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
and that's Snake's thing, right? Is the rocket, you got the grenades, you got the mortars, just a whole bunch of projectiles.
And it's really funny because the history of Snake, right? He started as like a Vietnam era like character, right? In all the Metal Gear Solids.
Yes, I think so.
And so his progression through to even present day with I think Metal Gear Solid 5. Or sorry, I would say the 90s. I think because it's the the Middle East conflicts, right?
Yeah,
So
sure.
he's been a huge staple in Japanese video gaming. And to
Yeah.
see him bring his kit, oh, you have a nice,
There it is.
nice forward B from the side of MTU. Great round, but like I was saying, you love to see like all of that brought into the Smash game, right? Where you can see, his full kit on display. And so we're gonna cut really quickly to an intermission and take a pause, but we'll be back for some great hard-hitting Smash action. Thank you, Trevor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so we have another exciting match of Super Smash, right?
Oh, yes.
And we love to see Hero taking 12 stocks, right? And only losing 2. But it looks like it's going to be PS2, okay? Yep. So they banned Small Battlefield, or Smallville, and then we banned Battlefield and Small Battlefield, right? So it's going to be another interesting. I didn't get to see the results of the double blind, so just like maybe you at home, I think it looks like Rob's going in. So yes, it is Rob versus Mewtwo, a Pokemon character.
Oh yes, yeah.
Right, heavy. Right, I love he also does kind of the poison thing, but with shadows.
Does he like have the Hyrukin thing? It throws a ball.
Yes, but it doesn't like travel through. It's a certain distance.
Oh. Okay.
And so nice throw gyro, and just before, in our own kind of Discord. We were hyping Caleb up because he's had a really good run of things, and so there was a great GIF that I found that just said "Get robbed," and it had Rob spinning around in circles,
getting spin to win, right?
And I'm a sucker for that spin to win, right? So you see great combat between Rob and Mewtwo, the shadow coming out, and it is like a Hadouken, but I think there is a bigger one. That only has a set distance.
Because you can charge it, right?
I think so. And so the small one is just, it gets sent out and just kind of like skips across.
Yeah.
Rob doing a lot of damage. I love Rob that he has like fuel.
Yeah.
So he's a really awesome recovery.
He's got that jetpack thing, right?
And the gyro, the laser beam. Like, this is old Nintendo, and I don't think you get this reference, but unfortunately Mewtwo not able to make the recovery. But Johnny 5 used to be a great movie, Short Circuit in the 80s.
I don't think I've seen that, actually.
And we got this carry offstage combo. Rob not losing a stock. So I'm actually curious about this. So if Rob would have lost the stock and then taken Mewtwo off the stage, I wonder if he'd have to start the next match 2-3.
I think it's just if the counter changes, right? So I would say yes.
And I think you're right on that, but that would be an interesting thing because, if you just get unlucky, right? If you're trying to offstage somebody when it's 1-1 and you accidentally go offstage before them.
I think it counts, The numbers don't lie.
So we got Jigglypuff coming in. We're going to see the 3 bands, and then we're going to get to know their stage that they want. Jigglypuff got the 1 sleep.
Maybe they'll get another one. But
I hope they get more.
Yeah.
Right? The hope is that it's a real good set. Right, I want to see like Jigglypuff really perform here, and I want to see Jigglypuff really go kind of wild. So we have our bands out. So we have SV, FD, and HB, right? So Hollowed Bastion, FD is
Final Destination.
Final Destination, and SV is Smallville.
Yes. Yeah. Smallville.
Okay. Thank you. So we have Smallville, Final Destination, and Hollow Bastion eliminated from the map pool. So it seems like it might be another Pokemon Stadium.
It's a good stage, right?
It seems to be a very big staple of the Smash community.
There we go.
Yep, PS2 again. So they were kind of hovering it.
Yeah.
And I think they knew that Jigglypuff kind of does well on PS2. right? And for me, PS2 has always meant PlayStation 2.
Yeah, yeah.
I know it's Pokemon Stadium too, but for some of you boomers out there,
Oh,
right, you older people like me,
yep.
but we have some great, starting out combat. Jigglypuff getting aggressive a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I love her little Santa hat.
Yeah.
Very unique, right? You don't see her picking up the gyro. I think you can, actually. Nice throw with a little laser, right? Good combo with the fire off the stage. Rob's trying to spin to win. Good recovery.
Different spin to win, though.
Different spin to win, but still, Rob's not sleeping here. He's putting that damage on that Jigglypuff, and realistically, this is a good...
Oh, there's the missleap.
Oh, and the down B. I would have waited to see the sleep and done a nice, forward B or something like that, a nice heavy attack.
Yeah.
But these guys are way better than me, so I'm sure if I was in there, I'd be losing dramatically.
They just want to probably get their quick and hit, or really quick. Yeah.
Great laser taking Jigglypuff almost off the stage completely, and it's really just a solid back and forth. Good hit, good fire, right?
Good back and forth. Yeah.
Good back and forth, and Jigglypuff hit with the fidget spinner.
Yeah, the fidget spinner.
And so, great fidget spinner, or gyro, I think is it's actually commonly known as. But really good, just zoning play here. And Jigglypuff getting in kind of Rob's face a little bit. So there is quite a bit of back and forth. And man, Caleb's really murder with that gyro.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's really good to have that projectile just ready to go at all times.
Nice up B getting Jigglypuff off the stage, and that missed sleep really kind of put Jigglypuff at a disadvantage. And I think Jigglypuff is a player. Jigglypuff bouncing out, finally taking that other stock.
Yep.
I really don't like complicated characters, and so Jigglypuff would be a no for me, just because I feel like I would fall asleep, at very disadvantageous times.
Is it just that long cooldown move that?
I think so, and it's being that vulnerable, right, for that 1 or 2 seconds. Really doesn't seem appealing for me. I even in most games I play, League of Legends, etc. I like playing characters that are very, very easy.
It's simple. There's only a couple things you need to know.
There's only a couple things you need to know. Only a couple things you need to do, right? So if I was playing this Rob matchup, I would probably be spinning the whole time.
Yeah.
Maybe shoot out a laser occasionally. But Jigglypuff putting some damage on the Rob. Rob at 2 stocks, Jigglypuff at 1. So I believe the total score right now would be 7. I want to say 7 to 11.
That sounds right. Yep.
Right, because this would take them to 6 if Jigglypuff loses.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So it is 7 to 11. Nice, nice combo by Caleb. Not able to get Jigglypuff off the map though, but definitely a lot of damage. And I want to see one last sleep. Come on.
Come on.
We can Jigglypuff, you got it. One more sleep.
One sleep.
I think we're rooting for the wrong team here.
We've got to see that one more time at least, right?
Oh, beautiful combo from the Rob.
Not
Still not executed.
Not enough yet.
Not enough. Jigglypuff stayed in it. Come on, sleep. Oh, and the gyro to finish it off. Great battle by Rob. Retains the 2 stocks, so it is 11 to 6. Going into the next match, are we going to see a lot of PS2 again? Just PS2.
That happened last week, didn't it? I think over half the maps were PS2.
And so we have 18 stocks in total taken by the MTU side.
That's pretty strong.
And remember, that's 18 to 2 overall, right? So that's pretty one-sided, but it's still anyone's game. We have the snake coming out. Buttermilk on the snake.
Yeah, buttermilk.
So I have a lot of faith. So we banned BF, so Battlefield, Hollow Bastion, and Smallville. So let's see what they choose, and I guarantee that it's going to be PS2. Are we going to get them to choose something else by mentioning it?
Probably not.
But it would be nice. It would be really nice to see a different map. I obviously would like to play maps that aren't in the collected map pool. I'd like to see I think it's called F-Zero.
Oh,
the racing game,
racing one.
Where the kind of environment comes into play, right? There's I think an Etch-a-Sketch level where
that's-
it's like old Nintendo.
That's the
and
Game and Watch one. I think.
Yeah, and so it moves across, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, got small battlefield, I guess.
So small battlefield looks like same bands for you, or so they missed our bands, but we are having the same bands: Battlefield, Hollow Bastion, Smallville, and it's really coming down to you want to root for Creighton because you want to see a little bit of magic happen.
You want to see the underdog win or get
Yeah,
somewhere, right?
It's a great comeback story, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely something worth seeing. It's definitely going to be very interesting to our viewership. And supporting other colleges is what we're all about, right? Esports is about the holistic student-athlete experience. PS2, again, we weren't able to kind of cast or curse them into a different map.
Unfortunately.
But we have Rob going into Snake. And realistically, I like Rob, but I would love to see a character that could kind of, like Ness or something, that could take Snake's moves and then kind of send it back.
Oh, like steal it? Like steal a grenade and throw it back?
So there's like Game & Watch where you can pick it up with his torch and return it.
Can't Pit, like, reflect the
Pit
projectiles?
can reflect with his giant shield.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And so that's always fun because I'm really bad at this game. And so that's what people do to me. So when it's done to me, I think it's really fun to watch. Right? And it's definitely a great learning opportunity on either side.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So we have Snake doing a lot of dipping and diving. Rob taking him potentially off stage with a great spin to win combo.
Oh, yeah.
Gyro coming out. And Snake really putting some aggression here on the Rob, but taking 91% damage.
Oh, yeah, those heavy hits, man. Oh, almost off stage.
115%, right? The great shield coming back into the level, right? The biggest thing, they shouldn't sleep on Snake. He's doing some really good damage.
Yeah, he's hitting hard with all those, with the grenades, the rockets, all that.
Well, can the gyro essentially accommodate for rockets, grenades, mortars, right? All the things that are in Snake's arsenal that really make him very viable in this game.
We also got the laser too for Rob, right?
Yeah, but that's the one thing, like, Rob seems to have one projectile. I think that was a misinput by Snake.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So it's really, I guess, two, right? The gyro, the laser versus Snake's kind of arsenal.
Yeah.
And Rob is really taking full advantage of the predictability of where he's going to drop. Right? And that's really unfortunate for Snake.
Yeah.
MTU is just playing really good, really offensive kind of Smash. And
I mean, that's kind of how this is, right? You just want to keep pressure on your enemy. Don't let them get any hits off.
Sure.
Combos or everything, right?
And yeah, I mean, and that's what they're doing. Great kind of, I think that's a forward B gyro coming out.
The gyro snipe.
And let's see if Rob could do it. Another fall. Snake gets out his recovery. But eventually he's going to run out of steam. And Rob going off level with him. And Rob lost another stock.
Yeah.
And
see what happens, right?
Oh.
This is so close.
So close. And so so last round we were at 10. We're at 10 now.
Yep.
Right? And so eventually, right, you're wondering if Rob can repeat what Malachi was able to do in the last round.
Full sweep.
A full sweep. And so it's really going to be interesting to watch. I personally would love to see more characters.
Yeah.
I'd love to see like the Diddy Kong come out.
I want to see Terry come out.
You want to see Terry come out?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
And Terry was good in week 1. I think week 2, Diddy really clutched it out from the side of MTU.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Pit was also really equally good, right? We saw a lot of good plays on the Pit, on the Diddy, right? And we never got to see the Terry in week 2. So I think that's why you're really desperate to kind of see Terry come out.
Oh, yeah.
And being a fighter character, that was a beautiful laser combo.
Really good.
But seeing another fighter character, because like you don't see a lot of Little Mac, you don't see a lot of Rob losing the stock, and so Snake continuing with 1 stock. So I believe the score is 4 right now, 4-9, and we're going to see our second character come out. So we're going to declare, they're going to do their bans, and then we're going to pick the stage that we're going to play on. So great round with Snake. Rob is supposedly supposed to have the advantage into Snake, so I think that it was just a matchup that Caleb needs to get better at.
Just some more practice,
right?
yeah.
Or maybe he could be a little nervous, right?
That too, yeah.
Could be shaking off kind of the nerves and everything.
Maybe it's that pressure to get another full sleep, you know?
That could be that. It could be that. So right now we're going Dark Pit.
All right.
So not just Pit, but Dark Pit, right?
Yeah.
He has a troubled past. He shops at Hot Topic. Right? He's into grunge music.
Yep.
Right? But Dark Pit is coming out. And Dark Pit, I haven't seen much of it. Usually Andrew sticks onto Pit. Right? So we got the tunes coming out.
All right.
Oh, is it gonna be? It's gonna be a Final Fantasy. So we're getting more in the like Hot Topic range.
We're getting into the groove, right?
Right. We're getting. As far as I always used to make fun of how Final Fantasy characters were always very serious.
Yeah.
There's not much like joking or humor in the Final Fantasy franchise.
It's all about that deep story, right?
The deep story, right? The characters are very like emotionally driven, trying to save the world from whatever's happening, whether it's big monsters or evil corporations, right? Or a combination of the two, right?
Yeah, usually, right?
So Dark Pit is coming out. Now, I do know there's a little bit of a difference, but I'm not sure what.
I was going to ask you, to be honest. I don't really know.
So I do know that I think the arrow is a different color.
Isn't it purple?
I think so. And I think the second difference is that I want to say the shield is a little bit different or how that mechanic interacts, but once again, I'm not really sure.
We'll see.
But this is actually one of my favorite maps, the dojo. And I think it's because you can actually go into other phases. Like,
that's interesting.
I think that's supposed to be like the Tekken map, but I could be wrong. But I do love that in video games when you kick another player into like another stage.
It's another whole screen and all that.
So Injustice has that, right? Tekken has that.
Yeah.
Where if you do a really heavy, like a big heavy into a wall, they can break off into another stage.
Doesn't the Dragon Ball games have that too? Like
Dragon Ball games have that. So it was a little bit in Dragon Ball Z Fighters, but not so much because you just hit them into an asteroid.
Oh,
but
that's
then
so
they
doesn't change the map.
But and there would be some off maps, but that's more of the 2D fighter, right?
Yeah.
There's not that 3 dimensions to it.
Yep.
Where the traditional Dragon Ball Z games have like really big stages.
That's true. Yeah.
So we're going to Smallville. It looks like
Smallville.
No FD, small battlefield or town. So it looks like we're going to do Smallville is what's coming up next. So Dark Pit versus the Snake, one stock, Smallville, right? And if Andrew is able to clutch this out, we're going on to Creighton's last, right?
Yep, Samus, right?
Player. It could be Samus. I think they have the option to play Samus or we've seen the Jigglypuff. We've seen the Snake. Their first character was... I think I forgot who the first character was.
Who was it?
It's just been really fast, really...
Yeah, there's so much going on all the time.
Serious play. And I don't know what Andrew's doing with his spin to win. Right? But here we go. Daggers come out, and I know that they were telling me something about Pit's hitbox. It's really tiny.
Oh.
It's like next to the player. Right? So almost like grab territory when those daggers come out and kind of spin around. And so it's really interesting learning all this from the characters because this is definitely a game that they really are passionate about. Right? So they love explaining it. You see Pit just completely kind of just going super aggressive, trying to get that last stock. Reflect coming out. That move to look a little bit different. That kind of downward B.
Yeah, it was like a purple sweep, wasn't it?
Yeah, and so I think that's one of the moves that's different. I know regular Pit has kind of like this recovery with the shield.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Right, and so it's going to be really interesting to see. We have a lot of a back and forth. Obviously, Snake might take a stock from Pit here.
He's getting some big hits in there.
He is, and all Andrew has to do is take that one stock, right? So he's definitely trying for it. Mortar coming out, nice shield, and really Snake using kind of all of his kit to his advantage. And the grab, right?
Yeah.
We have a little bit of lag spike there, but Snake falling on his own grenade essentially, and will this be?
There it is.
And it will kill, right?
Yep.
Big Forge in the Fire fan. So Pit getting that last, or Dark Pit getting that last pick, and so realistically we get to see their last character. So we've seen the Snake, we've seen the Jiggly. Trying to see the first character they played. It was into their double blind. I believe it was a character we didn't see before.
Yes. Who was it though?
And that we'll have to, I guess, go back and stream for it. But
yeah.
I really want to see other maps.
Yeah, I mean, they have their select ones, right?
So the last one's Ike.
Ike, that's
well, that was missing, but
that was missing, yeah.
But that wasn't the first. So
it was not.
We have Ike coming out last. I mean, the Sonic level would be really good. I know the platformer from the Donkey Kong.
Oh, Donkey Kong Country.
No,
right?
Well, this is like old Donkey Kong.
Oh, the yeah.
Right, so we have Battlefield, PS2, and FD, right, removed from the kind of available maps, and we're going to see kind of that last choice, right? They're hovering Cloud Sea, but it's not an approved map, right, unfortunately. So it looks like they're trying to get it to Hollow Bastion. We're waiting now for their map choice. So
let's see what happens.
PS2 is off the clock,
I was gonna say,
we're not going to see a PS2, unfortunately. And we're gonna see a different map. They're taking a little bit of time to think, right? This time it's gonna be another sword versus sword.
It might be Final Destination because
they banned Final Destination.
Oh, they did.
Yep.
Okay.
So you have PS2, Final Destination, and Battlefield banned.
Yep.
So
okay. Yep.
We can get a Smallville. We can get a small Battlefield. Right. And I don't know. As a sword, I think Ike would prefer a map that has platforms, but a lot of thought going into this last map.
Yeah. I mean, I want to pick it so they can win it, right?
There you go, right? Maybe we'll see like a Rob come out from the other team. So they did pick small Battlefield. Ike on small Battlefield, right? So both opponents are being dragged into the lobby by the Master Hand.
Yep.
Right? And like I said, in week 1, I love the little ring. And there's actually a Smash map where it's inside a ring.
Oh, yeah, the Little Mac stage, right?
Yep.
Punch Out.
And so Little Mac, great character, right? I love his KOs.
Oh yeah, the knockout punch.
Yep. So and his whole kit altogether is really fun. So no stock or 3 stocks on the side of Creighton. I believe 9 stocks or 6.
Yeah, 6. Yep.
6 stocks on the side of MTU. And realistically, a great match all around. Right, a little bit of lag spike there. But sword versus sword, and Ike has the real advantage of reach.
Oh yeah, and he's got the slam up that usually does high damage if he can land it.
And what I noticed is that he can throw a sword, which is great range potential.
Yep.
But Pit does have that reflect, so it'd be interesting to see if it just blocks it, or it actually like sends it back to Ike.
I don't think it's a projectile though.
Gotcha.
It's just part of the move, like it's a melee attack.
Fair enough. So it probably just blocks it. Right, but Pit putting a lot of damage onto the Ike, kind of giving him the ability to recover here and play it once he gets to the stage. Nice grab coming out. And you love to see those little arrows. Like
that little chip.
Oh, and Pike going down, missing that recovery.
Just not high enough.
Just not high enough. And, I can definitely feel that, right? Recoveries are a little bit tough on characters who have kind of like that up and down motion with their recoveries.
Yeah.
I can think of a couple of fighter characters. I know Little Mac doesn't recover well.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
You also have other characters with swords. I don't think Cloud has a really good recovery.
What about Mars?
Mars, I'm not too familiar with Mars. And there we go, Creighton taking another stock. Let's see if Andrew can't finish it. Right, great kind of spin to win moment there.
Yeah.
Trying to think of characters who don't have the greatest recovery. I know Ganondorf doesn't have a really solid recovery.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of those heavy hitting ones. They just can't recover once they're off the map.
And that can be true. One heavy that I really love is King K. Rool.
Yeah.
I love his recovery. It's more like Snake-esque, right? He has the little propeller.
The jetpack, right?
And so it's really anyone's map here, right?
Yeah.
Ike definitely having the most % damage, but Pitt blocking that,
There's
and
a combo there.
and nice execution.
Yeah.
And so it's 2-1. This is unfortunately Creighton's last stock to a good series, and we're kind of gonna see what all really happens here. I mean, you'd love to see a definite reverse sweep, but it seems like it's very heavy in the hand of Michigan Tech because we still have the hero left.
Yep. We still got one more player left that can get thrown in. So.
Sure. And it's really, at this point, anyone's proverbial game, right? And unfortunately, we can't see how many stocks are left because that's an add-on or plug-in that's added to the stream in post, right? So you at home can see it, and we have to just kind of remember.
Yep.
But this is still making for some good Smash content, right? It's not just a clean 12 stock.
And there we go. See, there's another one.
Yep, and it's 1-1. Let's see what Pitt can do against this Ike, right? And we still have the hero.
Yes. So I got one more in reserve.
And so is this going to be it for Ike? Great arrow combo control, and that's kind of it. That's all she wrote. Great games from Creighton University. Great games from Michigan Tech. Good games all around. We want to thank you at home for watching. Please make sure to kind of, if you're interested in buying something, reach out to University Image, the official headquarters for Michigan Tech branding. And of course, use HoughtonForRent.com if you're looking for somewhere to live on campus. But we thank you for your time. We hope you guys have a great night. And we'll see you back next Monday, same place and same time.
Yep.
So good night, everyone. And I guess be here tomorrow at 7 o'clock for...
Oh, what is it? What's the game?
Valorant.
Valorant
will be here tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So I believe they're playing their biggest matchup, which is Cumberland University. Great school, great program.
Gotcha.